After thwarting the Pyrehearts with great prowess, you at last return to the wagon with your companions. There is little discussion of the Pyrehearts, who seem to have already swam off toward wherever next the stars directed them. Instead, your fellow exile's attention turns toward your companion, who was absent for the ride. How is Hedwyn? The lone minstrel makes a sound, but no words form as yet. Something is troubling him. I urged him to remain bedridden. And he simply would not listen. I'm very sorry, but... Wait! What?! Everyone stares at the lone minstrel in stunned silence. The lone minstrel breathes a heavy sigh. Then... Hey! What's with the long faces, everyone? Minstrel! I should wring that neck of yours! As I was attempting to explain, Hedwyn is already up and about, despite my having strongly recommended further rest. Those that are unaccustomed to sea voyage and take ill, they are very likely to experience further symptoms if they do not remain bedridden or at least sedentary. Sedentary? Word? I think it's sedentary. Sedentary, yeah. Hedwyn is running a considerable risk of having to spend another night in great discomfort. What are ya, a doctor? Nay, although I traveled once with one extensively. Look, I appreciate your caution and concern, Tariq, but I'm pretty well accustomed to discomfort here, and I had to see how things turned out tonight. I haven't had to stay out of a rite like that before. So, you're back among the living then, Hedwyn. I was just seasick. Nevertheless, your full recovery requires rest. I think we all could use some rest after tonight. Anyway, thank you everyone for your concern, and I'm sorry that I worried you, or caused you further burden. He turns to you. My friend, what do you say we figure out where to go next? I'm beginning to miss being on solid ground. We follow him outside where the night sky awaits. Hey, I wanted to thank you for conducting the rite back there without me being there. I could rest easy knowing you and the others would get through it. Okay, this is a very sweet interaction, but I am like 99% sure I've already been in a rite without him. And I get it, you know? There's a difference between me choosing and the game saying you can't have him, but it just feels a little silly to be having this conversation. Anyway, I'll leave you to your reading. Can't begin to imagine where we'll be off to next. We're well past anywhere in the downside I've ever been. Even Jody hasn't gone this far. He bids you a good evening as you turn your attention back to the sky. The stars shine down upon you. Seek again your destination. Not permitted to conduct the next. Okay, yeah, I had to keep going up. Uppies. Triesta, the Silver Star. The Silver Star burns bright over the fissured lands of Black Basin. Horse! Still further north, then. Not simply north. This shall prove difficult. What's the problem? Our destination is beyond the deathless tempest. A vessel such as ours has little hope of traversing it intact. A tempest raging in the Sea of Solace seemingly for all eternity. The storm that arose after the death of the sea titan Unfathomed Plurns never has entirely subsided. Can't we go around it? Given our confrontation with the Pyrehearts, our chances back in Wyrm-held waters would be even worse. Come on, people! It'll be just another day in the downside. Go get yourselves some sleep while we still can. Bet you'll feel better in the morning. Your optimism is infectious. Isn't it? You all concur that rest is in order, for the sea journey has been taxing to everyone. Come daybreak, you shall have to find a way to sail past the deathless tempest. Tizo seems to have something on his mind. Tizo has been in a rather cheerful mood since being out at sea and seems pleased to see you. Tizo is grateful at having had the opportunity to catch a fish for old time's sake. Tizo is asking if you want to know why he loves fishing so much. You sense his inquiry is rhetorical in nature, so you anticipate his response. Tizo loves catching fish because he hates them and everything they stand for. He has devoted his life to the eradication of their kind, ever since they killed his family. He seems on the verge of tears, though as far as you are aware, imps cannot cry. Then he leers at you, eyes wide, expecting a response. It seems he told you a joke. I'm gonna laugh heartily. Tizo seems like he could use encouragement, assuming what he said was, in fact, in jest. You must do your best to belly laugh following Tizo's joke. He stares at you sidelong for a moment. Tizo admits the real reason he loves catching fish is because Falconron pays a lot of soul for them. He snickers back at you and bounces off. Tizo game +1 hope for the next right! I love Tizo! Eee! Baby boy, baby boy, baby boy, baby boy! So hold on. Let us... We're gonna slap that on you. That do 36, because I just don't think that's worth it. Grants the bearer 3 hope. 4 hope. That do. Whew. Whew. Do that one. 240. Wow. +3 quickness. +3 quickness. 36. I'm gonna drop that one there. Actually, I don't think that's the one I wanted to do, but it's fine. I'll hold on to that +2. Okay. Let us continue our journey. We have much to do. Ragged Rock. South current towards Stormwall brims with large sea creatures. North current towards Stormwall passes by old carcasses of ships long gone. I could find I want to see what's going on over here. Because this doesn't tell me anything. I suspect I'm going to get some sort of benefit, but the imp Tizo has been much more animated even than usual. What is it, little one? Tizo seems to think something very delicious is in these waters. He keeps on screeching? I don't think I've ever seen him like this. Wait, what is he? Just then, Tizo dives into the waters and vanishes into the depths. Oh, I hope he can swim. He can, but he appears crestfallen when he finally returns, his claws empty. Tizo is very disappointed that whatever he attempted to catch eluded him. Ray begins to sob uncontrollably. The two revel in each other's misery for a time. They lost one! You know what? At least Tizo's at a neutral. Tizo's at neutral hope. And we just won't use Rhea. You and your companions look upon the deathless tempest. The stars demand you sail beyond it, yet the very thought is beyond reason. Then something in the nearby water stirs, and from it springs something familiar. Hold, good ladies and good sirs! This knight beseeches you to hear him, if you please. What is it now, Wyrm? The rites are ended. We have no further need of you. Oh, but you do! And in turn, this knight has further need of you, good lady! Out with it, then. Let us be joined! Let this knight join you! Please! Can you believe this, Hedwyn? Not really, no. Hey! Look ye not so surprised! Your valor in the rites did stir this poor knight's soul! He swears to you, upon his long-lost honor as a would-be knight-errant of the Sea Dominion, that he shall serve you to the end! What about your other Wyrm friends back there? The Pyre hearts? They are base cowards! This knight can no longer abide such spineless characters, having witnessed true glory in our clash upon the hulk of oars. Never before have we been trounced so thoroughly. And furthermore, this knight shall aid your passage through the deathless tempest. Is it not so that you seek passage to the north? With this knight's aid, you shall achieve your wish. Winded. I gotta find the placement and resonance. Sir Gilman continues to persuade you for quite some time. He seems to know a way across the storm, some sort of long-held secret among the worms exiled to these waters. Dodario pulls the rest of you aside after Hedwyn gives her a look. Are you most sure that Sandalwood would want this thing along? Mostly sure. Sandalwood wants someone for each mask, and this one seems about as good as we're going to get. Dodario glowers back at the worm, who tries his best to look presentable. Hedwyn is more gracious. He tells Sir Gilman that if he promises to help you cross the Deathless Tempest, then he can come along for now. Baby boy. This knight is overjoyed, and he hereby swears to see you past the storm. Though first, this knight requires your consent. Give unto this knight your blessings in the name of the Nightwings, and thus shall he go forth. Sir Gilman seems to be asking your permission for something. Yes? As you begin to say something in response, Sir Gilman cries out in triumph. He vanishes into the depths. Yet, through this close encounter with him, you cling to some sense of where he is going and what he intends to do. Sir Gilman is determined to help you cross the Deathless Tempest. Help him see his mission through. A minigame? For me? As a treat? Determined to prove himself to you in the Nightwings, Sir Gilman emerges somewhere in the outer reaches of the Sea of Solace and calls out to you. Master Reader, if you can hear this knight, then he implores you now, lend him your guidance. This knight's objective ought be not far east of here. Today we shall bring peace to the embroiled sea. Know, however, that among this knight's brethren, the actions we are about to take are highly forbidden. But they are highly just. Thus, Sir Gilman sets forth to quell the storm that rages to the north. Traverse the reef. Hark! Yonder lie the foul spawn of unfathomed plurns, boiling the sea with their wrath. The sea titan, once slain by the scribe under King Ors, her brood lies dormant in the sea. Tales of her monstrosity long spread across the world, the Book writes. Exiled worms within these waters long have harbored these abominations, using them to bar passage through the downside's channels for any save this knight's own kind. Begone now from here, fiends! This night shall finish what the Under King Ors started. 7th of the 8 scribes of the Book of Rites, known as the Persevering Sea Sojourner. The legendary leader of the Wyrm's undersea crusades sought to reach the edge of the abyss. Ooh, the sea is calming. More Wyrms! Hold it right there, you traitorous slug! How dare you turn your back on this knight to your superior! Superior by rank no longer, for we no longer serve the Commonwealth. Last this knight checked, here you hold no sway over this knight. Ah! And what have you done to the spawn? Have you no honor left at all? This knight has done that which required doing. His honor cannot sink much lower anyhow. He figured this would be an ideal time to free himself from servitude to you. Why, you dare to staunch the tempest for those Nightwings? Good Sir Deluge, this knight was born to dare. Now come and fight this knight if you so dare as well. Ah! Pyre hearts, banish him. This is an order. Ooh. too hard. What now, Sir Deluge? Shall you not face this night yourself and leave the dirty work unto your charges? Fine, Gilman. You wish to stand against your commander, then have it your way! Sir Marsh, Lady Seagrass, to me! Banish now this troublemaker! Sir Marsh, he is a Wyrm Knight duty-bound to serving Sir Deluge and the Pyre Hearts. Lady Seagrass, she is a Wyrm Knight duty-bound to serve Sir Deluge and the Pyre Hearts. Yee, they're gonna hurt me! You are master of this night, no longer, Sir Deluge. Thus shatter our fraternal bonds. This night would say it was an honor serving you, Sir Deluge, but that would be a bald-faced lie, and yet another stain upon his blackened reputation. I love the way Sir Gilman talks. Until we meet again! Wait, you lowly traitor! This night will have your head! Gilman! As the day wears on, there is still no sign of the Wyrm Knight. Your companions grow restless, but then... Hail! This knight returns with newfound tales to tell, and new scars to show for them. Sir Gilman is sopping wet and visibly shaken. He struggles to maintain decorum. He is, in short, the very image of a Wyrm Knight. And more importantly, that little tempest ought no longer pose a threat for now. Behold! As if on cue, the deathless tempest begins to simmer and subside. Would you look at that? He really did it. Of course this knight did it! Now, if it would be alright with you, this knight could really use some shut-eye. The Wyrm Knight then collapses in exhaustion. You and Hedwyn help him up. A deal's a deal, Sir Gilman. Welcome to the Nightwings. Huzzah! Sir Gilman joined the group. He also revealed a path north for you. Bid him welcome. Baby boy. You have not yet been to this region of the downside. Sir Gilman revealed a gap in the storm that seems safe enough to traverse. Hop. Deathless Tempest. Another right. With Sir Gilman's aid, you managed to breach the Tempest. You were true to your word, Wyrm. I shall give you that. But now what? We're stranded in this cursed storm. A most excellent question, and from one most fair. Call me that once more, and I shall tie you in a knot. Ah, and from one most spirited as well. This knight was wise to side with ye. Just, where do we turn from here? Answer the question now. Sir Gilman does no such thing, although eventually he does make a note of a specific current that should lead you to the lands beyond. If I may, I can corroborate Sir Gilman's account. We are close to making landfall. Then let me be the first to say, let's go. You are on the verge of sailing across the Sea of Solace. Voyage onward. Say, Tariq? Hi, Ruki. What is it? That loot you're always carrying around. You know how to play that thing, don't you? Why, I suppose I do. Good. Because I was thinking, it's a little gloomy here, and we could use a little tune to lighten up the mood, know what I mean? Aye. Then let me see what I can do.
For the salt and roiling sea, the moon began to cry.
You have not yet been to this region of the downside. Sir Gilman claims the downside's northern landmass should be just beyond these waters.
The waters high.
A lovely song.
Misty morning over the brine belies a leaden sky. The stars all hide away from the chill until the evening rise. Oh, oh, oh,
At last your wagon rumbles onto solid, jagged ground, the land called the Black Basin. Your fellow exiles unpack the wagon so you can take stock of how best to reach your destination. Black glass, searing vapor, and strangling forests mark the forsaken lands that loom across the sea. The 8 scribes first discover this, the northern mass of the downside.
Never dies. Her final throes and shivers and shakes 1,000 years gone
Sir Gilman's crest, official certification of knighthood in the Commonwealth, off-sought by Wyrm Knights. Sir Gilman seems to have something on his mind. You approach Sir Gilman, who must have just finished practicing his fencing maneuvers. He regards you with a single eye. Hail, Master Reader! This knight is determined to train harder, having joined the famous Nightwings. He shall ensure that this triumvirate continues to live up to its most feared reputation. This is such an honor! And this knight has a great deal of honor to regain. Having fled the Pyre hearts, this knight fully expects now to conduct the rites in a most honorable fashion, to the fullest letter of the law described within the books. Some triumvirates this knight has met, and perchance mentioned by name, they are inclined to bend the rules a bit, sometimes a lot, and to prevail by any means they can. But this is wrong! The exile who refuses to obey the rules as they were written by the Underking Ors and his 7 friends deserves neither his honor nor his freedom. Thusly, does this knight have confidence the Master Reader shall resist any temptations to conduct the rites in any underhanded fashion. Now then, this knight must undergo a thorough cleansing, having trained until the point of foulness. So, please excuse him, Master Reader. He slithers off, humming some sort of chivalrous tune. Baby boy. There is no clear path up the cliffs, so you will need to use what time you have to make one. Interact to resolve this event. You find that Headwind has asked for several volunteers to scout the area and report back. Alright everyone, don't go too far, and let's meet back by dusk. Please use caution. The exiles dwelling in these lands are, well, rather territorial. For your part, you remain with the Black Wagon to keep watch. You see occasional dark shapes soaring across the sky, but none of them draw near enough for you to see in any detail. Eventually, your companions make their way back, and everyone arrives as planned, or earlier. Hi everyone, I'm back! I've come back! Ray returns from the east with little to report, save for word that the glowing molten rock there is very, very hot. This knight yet lives! Although, he has little else to report. The newest member of the group, Sir Gilman, returns from a northern pass, visibly shaken. He appears to have discovered an intense fear of heights. Pisa wonders whether any species of fish lives in the pools or rock nearby. The little imp Tizo seems disappointed to have left the water behind. He remains with you, near to the wagon. There's a western pass that seems traversable if we travel by the light of dawn. The shadows in the crags may well cover our advance against whomever may be watching. Begging your pardon, I do not wish to contradict your strategy, madam, though in my experience we shall not remain hidden for long during the climb toward the nest of Trieste. The exiled heart matriarch lived in solitude among these very cliffs. The exiles of the Highwing remnants, you may have no love for them inherently, but they have no such qualms with me for now. I may be able to negotiate safe passage. The last surviving faction of the Winged Harps, the ancient enemies of the Commonwealth. Their as coarse as their feathers, they hold themselves superior. The Archjustice and Dravels the Knight. Negotiate with them? Then Headwind steps in as the low minstrel bows and backs away. Hey, let's not decide on this just yet. We're not going anywhere right now, that much we can agree on. We'll decide how best to go ahead come morning. For now, let's take the rest of the afternoon and get our bearings. Dario glares at the sky as everyone else disperses. You have the rest of the day to practice your vacations.